film.
We have such sights to show you.
Hello, welcome back to Devil Made Me View It, the horror podcast. The horror podcast? The only
It's
one.
the only one. There's only
This
one
is
now.
it. This is it. Yeah. I'm Jesse Spitzer,
I'm J.R. Leaves.
and today we are very excited. I'm sure, I'll speak for myself. I'm very excited to talk about Bring Her Back, which is the follow-up to Talk to Me, probably my favorite horror movie that came out the year that came out. Was that 24?
I think it was 24, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I went into this
As per usual, we have not spoken about this at all. I've been very, very. I keep walking and seeing you and going,
Yep.
I don't want to know until we start recording. What did you think of this, dear sir?
I loved this movie. I think I liked it more than Talk to Me, which I did not expect going into it. Mm-hmm. It's certainly, I mean, it's a lot fresher in my mind, but it's definitely was a movie that stuck with me a lot longer than than Talk to Me. I went in completely blind. I hadn't even seen a trailer. Okay. This movie for a long time kind of evaded me. I didn't even know that a follow-up to that the guys were making another movie. I knew they were making a sequel to Talk to Me eventually. Mm-hmm. But it just completely surpassed me until it was almost out, and then at that point I was like, well, I'm just gonna continue not knowing anything about this movie till I see it.
Smart.
Yeah, and I'm glad I did, because I still actually haven't seen the trailer, but I'm not a big trailer fan in general, especially with modern horror movies, because they are usually really well made, but then it kind of ruins the movie a little bit. Mm-hmm. Smile is the one that comes to mind, where it's has one of my favorite scares ever, but it's ruined by the trailer.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I probably wouldn't have seen that movie if I didn't see that trailer. So
what do you do? It's it's be great to be surprised by Jaws and not know there's a shark popping up, but you have to get people in the seats.
Right.
What was the one? Abigail.
Okay.
The vampire one.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't have watched a movie about a bunch of guys in a house holding the local hostage. But the fact that it was a ballerina vampire, mm-hmm. I was there for, and but they spent about 40 minutes of the movie not telling you.
Yeah.
It's like, I get why you had to keep that a secret, but I get why you had to had to spoil it, get people in the seats. But yeah. So I'm glad that you loved it. That Rebecca on topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bring Her Back. I knew about it. I think I saw a trailer for it 6-7 months ago, way early, and I remember thinking, close your eyes, stop looking, don't watch, because it looks really good. And then I forgot about it, and I've been whining about how the titles for both Talk to Me and Bring Her Back are so generic. Mm-hmm. That when I saw a poster for it, and it's a lovely poster, I didn't put it together as being the movie. And so then I had my wife's brother and husband had tickets for us, and I'm like, okay, whatever. They had free tickets. They're A24 charter members. On the way there, I finally look it up just to be what is this? I'm like, it's that. Oh, yes. And I'm in there, and it disturbed me to my bone marrow. It was the used to be. I keep saying but after you saw a movie, you go talk about it in the parking lot and smoke a lot of cigarettes for an hour and a half, or you go to Perkins and have coffee until 2 a.m. No, I can't stay up till 2 a.m. Geriatric. But we sat in the parking lot for a good hour and a half talking about this, and it stuck with me for a good couple of days. And we did rewatch it just last night. And I was gonna balk and not watch it again, because I remember thinking, we just saw it in the theater, so we rented it, and it was a weird. I'm going to say this real fast. I want to hear more about what you thought. I loved it in the theater, and it was so disturbing, and it was hard to watch. Watching it again last night, I did not enjoy it. The movie is great. I loved it again, but it was harder to watch knowing what's going to happen. Whereas the first time you're watching it and you're just like, oh, bleep.
Yeah.
What the bleep is going to happen here, right? So then it gets done. You're just out of breath, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I went through that. Watching it again was not any easier. It was like, I know what's going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I might have to go take the dog outside and skip this whole. And I'm a chainsaw guy. I'm watching bottles of acid. I mean, my Italian stuff. And this one is like, oh, Ollie wants something to eat. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't want to see this again. And it was I mean, so good. Anyway, more about you saying how much you loved it.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I didn't know that I was bothered by mouth trauma until I until I watched this movie. That was very upsetting. But yeah.
We are getting way ahead of ourselves. This is a synopsis.
Oh yeah,
here.
sure. We should probably start there. For people who don't know, this is also going to be one of those movies that's going to be a little difficult to talk about without spoilers.
This is going to be flat out. If you, you can't. There's no way to discuss this and not spoil it. So
yeah, I'll give a very very basic plot synopsis, and then we'll give a warning, and then we'll get into it. But yes, essentially, it's a two kids that are newly in the foster care system. They saw their dad die. I don't think that's a spoiler, right?
No, it's for
yeah. I couldn't remember if that was a reveal or not, but yeah, and they move in with this woman. It's an older kid, Andy, and his younger sister, Piper, I believe. Mm-hmm. And Andy is almost 18, and they're pretty much just like, okay, we're gonna live with this woman till I turn 18, then I can get legal, ownership. And this woman that they move in with is super kind, but very weird and off-putting
and awkward. Not weird like Addams Family.
Yeah,
but like a little familiar and enough to where the viewer, you don't know, is she too familiar, or is this just someone she's being so helpful and the kids being guarded as they should be?
Yeah.
Is it just friction, or is she weird?
Yeah, and she kind of is a little antagonistic towards Andy, while being very loving towards Piper, and like, just like it would be very wholesome in a different movie. And then she also has another kid named Oliver.
Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie. Who is that kid is the actor. Oh my God. He's the star of the show.
He's going to be, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much, and then they, there's secrets that get uncovered and things, and real fast, it's considered the shared universe as Talk to Me. Mm-hmm. So if you've seen that movie, you kind of know what you're going into. Yeah.
If you like that,
it matches the vibes and the tone. Yeah,
no carryover characters. It's not like you have to watch Talk to Me to get the backstory here. It's just they look good in the shelf together. You can watch them individually, but yeah, it's that really hard edge, just by your throat going into it, and not overtly, not a extreme movie. It's a very quiet. Very quiet movie, and it brings you in. And goes, oh, come, sit with me.
It's very wholesome too. Like
have some fruit,
Yeah, they're great at making characters that you just like dread the fact that you're going to be watching them go through these terrible things because they're so likable. The relationship between these two characters. I think I may have even said this earlier on the podcast, but I love sibling movies. And this is probably like one of my favorite representations of siblings. They have like the little cute little code word for when they're
which we picked up at our house.
It's so sweet.
Grapefruit means no BS.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Yeah, it's very good, and it's usually like used in context of like, I know you're just saying that to protect me, like just out with it kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into spoilers now.
Okay. So, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to spoil it while I give it complete lip service. There's a moment, where again, so it is. I'm going to cheat. Look at my sheet. Laura, who is played by Sally Hawkins, who does. I know this will never happen, but give her an Oscar.
I know.
This is.
Toni Collette.
Oh yeah, I mean right up there. I know her from Shape of Water, and like Paddington, and like I've known of her for a while, right? And she was great in Shape of Water, like as good as Del Toro is with the big visual stuff. She was great. Here, you're on her side for she's just trying to help these two kids.
Yeah,
and she's weird, but you're also kind of like, oh, you don't know, and when she says something, her eyes say what she's saying, and then she thinks, and you watch her realize it's just, and it brings you in. Mm-hmm. What happens in the story? So she brings in the two kids whose dad apparently died in the shower. Mm-hmm. Brings the two kids into her house. The Piper, the youngest daughter, is legally blind. like she can see like shapes and lights, which is a plot point later on. But it's the awkwardness of like, are these the two kids too protective? There's kind of weird things. She has rules in the house, which should be like, oh no, if she let the cat out, we're in trouble for letting the cat out. There's no consequence. It's just she don't want the cat outside. Ollie's here, the other foster kid in the house. He doesn't talk. He's like a self-mute after. And then another note is that Laura, the Sally Hawkins, the mom, the foster mom, she lost her daughter, who was also blind, who apparently drowned.
Yep.
So the whole house is sad walking in, whether it's the foster family or the foster kids. Now, what I'm going to brag up here is the little hints that something bad's going to happen, and you don't know what it's going to be. And there's flashes of like plot of like police video, and it's just to keep kind of going. Probably at about 45 minutes in, and it's a slow burn of like these little like angry looks and of like, oh, she looked at my phone and the kid was making fun of that.
Yeah, that scene.
And got kind of angry. And then you as the audience, you're like, oh, I've done it before. I've been caught talking about someone behind their back. I've made a snarky remark and got busted, or someone's seen a text kind of thing. But it's this beautiful little bits, and you're still you're hoping. And my wife pointed out last night watching it that, hey, let's stop it now at the 10-minute mark. Happy ending. And I'm like,
right.
Oh yeah, because it was like they're all sitting there and they met Ollie, and then let's go have dinner.
Yeah.
And there's a point about 45 minutes into it where it's these little gradual looks that she's giving, and these little like the foster mom can't remember the kid's name. Obviously she can, and she's kind of pushing the daughter.
It's just like
away.
the passive aggressive.
Really like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And then there's one point she kind of walks in there, and she takes a cup, and then she squats into it and pees. And by the way, I should have mentioned before, in the new house, Andy, the 17-year-old in like 10 months, he's been wetting the bed because he just found his father and all the stress, and he keeps waking up. He's like, oh, I just peed myself. And so he has to go wash it, and it's awkward, and you're sitting there feeling for everybody in the thing. And then, but again, the minute like 50, you see the foster mom, squat over a little like measuring cup and pee in it, and then walk into the room and pour it on his lap as he's sleeping.
Yeah.
So they go from like pink, little bit to I'm pouring pee on the kid. I'm the bad guy. And then from the rest of the movie, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Here? I just absolutely it just owns me.
There was another moment where I had my hands on my head while I was watching that scene, like wondering what was going on. And I remember just saying to myself, I was like, she peed his pants. like what is going on? Yeah. And there's two scenes. And I love them because they're no dialogue at all. There's that one. And then there's the one where she just like walks into Piper's room and just like, it's just this, it takes a long time to get there, but it ends with her just punching her in the face. And it's so presented just so flatly, and just like, this is a grown woman walked into a little girl's room and then punched her in the face.
It's done in one shot. And it's like a relatively wide. You have in the foreground, you have Piper, innocent, sleeping, and there's been stress in the house because there's a fight with the brother. And she walks over and she does this, and it's all one shot, so it's very slow. Reaches down, brushes her hair off of her face, and kind of looks at her and kind of leans in, and you're kind of wondering what's going to happen. And a minute before that, she had sprayed Axe body spray, which is by itself a horror movie, on herself, and it's Andy's body spray. And you're like, oh, does she just want to be near him? Does she want to? I'm a very passive film watcher. I'm watching the moment. I'm not figuring things out.
Sure.
My wife, of course, says, duh. And then she leans in, brushes the hair off, and kind of looks at her, kind of leans in real slow, like just thinks, oh, how pretty little Piper is, and then does this double take where she kind of like leans back to walk away, and then just.
It's a wallop.
And it's a wallop, and I don't know how they did that without getting, because like Mission Impossible is a chain to the hand, so it can't possibly hit. It looks like she hit her. I know she did not.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, it's just, and you feel it because this is one of those things where before I thought they put a flash of white in there when she hits. I mean, last time we rewound it. Scan back. No, it was just in my head. I went so hard that my vision went white. And it's just such a and the next scene, I'm sorry, and now we're going to be like,
no,
it's the best thing ever. But that is the scene.
Yeah.
So it says it is, and like I said last night, I mean I love the movie, and we saw it in the theater, we rented it last night. As we're recording this, it's going to hit like Blu-ray in like 3 weeks. I'm going to buy it again and never open it. It's just be on my shelf so I can contain it in the cellophane where it can't hurt me anymore. Absolutely, just what it's intended to do, it succeeds. It 100%
Yeah.
does what it wants to do. We haven't even mentioned the whole what they're there for.
Right. Yeah.
Would you like to say it or?
Yeah, so essentially, and it never explains, like, I love, something I love about this and Talk to Me Both is that it doesn't really explain, it explains the rules of, like, the magic, but it never really, like, goes into detail as to much of anything. It's just like, these are the rules you have to follow in order for this to happen.
They don't find a survivor from 5 years ago who did this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no like scene where they go to the library and they look up demons and but yeah, so essentially what was her name,
Laura. Yeah.
Laura acquired a tape that shows a ritual. I believe it's like from Russia. It's like Russian footage.
I think so, yeah.
And it's insane. I don't know if it ever explicitly says this is what happens, but it shows it in a very clear way so you can understand. Essentially, there's a ritual you can do where if someone dies in like I don't even know if it has to be an accident or not, but if someone dies, you can have somebody else die in a similar fashion. And then you also have to acquire a third party and possess them with a demon. And then the demon, I believe, has to eat the flesh of the person who died originally, who you're trying to bring back to life. Mm-hmm. And then regurgitate the flesh into the mouth of the person who you just killed in a similar fashion. And then their soul will go into the new body, essentially. I think that's pretty much how it works.
The first time I saw it, so Laura, Sally Hawkins, mm-hmm. She has the foster kid, Ollie. She's lost her daughter.
Yep.
And now she has the two other kids in the house. And then she wasn't trying to get Andy. She just wanted to get Piper because why would you want it? Who wants boys?
Yep.
I mistakenly took it as a straight, like she had Ollie there and she was starving him. He doesn't talk. He's locked in a room all day. He's not allowed to be near the cat. So I just thought that she was trying to put the soul of her daughter, because the video clips are kind of, they talk about like possession. Yeah. She's trying to bring her daughter back and put him in Ollie, and it didn't work.
That was my assumption as well.
And then been watching the second time, and I was told I was wrong because my wife's smarter than me. She points out, no, that the demon is the vessel. So there's a ring of salt or some lime or something circled around the house. So she has somehow caught a demon using the incantations from the tape, put the demon into Ollie. Now she has to starve him so he'd be hungry enough to eat someone else.
And Ollie was another kid that she kidnapped, named Connor.
Starving. Yeah. And that kid, give him a Nickelodeon award.
Holy moly.
Oscar. I know he's done a couple things like Sweet Tooth and a couple other things I've seen on IMDb.
Oh, okay.
And that kid is just all with his eyes. He has to. Even if we ruin the entire plot, there's nothing we can say that can tell the viewer how good this kid is. I mean, Papa's name over here, Jonah Wren Phillips. He has to be both sad little wide-eyed, scared.
Yeah.
He has to be starving, blank-eyed demon. He has to play power demon, because the idea is that I think the more they starve him, the weaker Ollie gets, and then the stronger the demon gets, because the demon will eventually eat whatever, Yeah. But then he has to play full-fledged demon, and he's a scary little.
Yeah.
Brother. And then at the end, spoiler alert for more spoilers, they vanquish the demon, and they do it in the most exorcist way. He just walks through the salt at the end when everyone else is just messed up.
Yeah.
And he has to go from being a demon, and not like in one shot, but just like him sitting there screaming in pain, and then like this, now he's a sad little, we've been afraid of him now for an hour and a half, hour 45. At the end, he's just this little kid saying his real name, and your heart breaks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Connor Bird, and it's all messed up. It's just that kid. It's like,
what's your read on that scene? Because was that the demon just like, I'm over this and walking out, or was that Connor regaining control for a moment?
I think it was. I think without the, it's sort of like a Satanist thing, or like a Conjuring, not the movie Conjuring, but like she summoned the demon, she put the salt down, he's trapped there.
Yeah.
And when she messed it all up, maybe the car drove over the salt or the ring. There's a car scene. Don't even talk about it. Just watch that scene. That'll break your heart.
Lordy.
But I think it was that she didn't have power anymore, and there's no more. Like, he's eaten, so he's strong again. Okay. Even though he ate that scene also we should talk about. That's just experience on that. I think that when the mom had just lost it and didn't have anything to go, that the demon could just like walk out, and then thereby the demon like goes back to hell.
Yeah.
And I don't think Connor fought him off, because I mean I would have thought Connor fought him off because he's a very strong kid. But at the end when he's sitting there crying, it's just like, oh, he's just a kid.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just going through.
I don't know what I saw all this terrible stuff happen.
Yeah.
I've been saying for a while that the Talk to Me had a sexier hook with the hand. It has that's Talk to Me, their first film. I forgot the names. Philippu.
Oh,
the directors.
I don't know what they're. I just know them from their YouTube name.
So it's Danny and Michael Philippu. Philippu. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Danny and Michael. The Talk to Me has the white hand, the ceramic. It's like a instead of having it could have been a Ouija board, but they decided to have this very cool prop, and it's you can lock onto it. Mm-hmm. So I've been saying that Bring Her Back would be. It doesn't have like a big hook.
It doesn't have like a.
There's no Freddy or a hockey mask kind of thing. And then I watched it again last night, going, I'm a freaking moron. It has Ollie. Ollie's face is 1,000%. You don't. It's just it is the hook right there. Mm-hmm. Okay, now how do I say this politely? I'm asking you, as someone who's young and has a whole life ahead of you, this could be like a modern day Exorcist. You know, I mean, like this is the kind of thing where you're watching this, you get freaked out the way people did 50 years ago with the freaking movie. I mean, it's just it does. I think it does a better job of just because whatever it's doing, it doesn't say what's happening. You don't have to go into it believing that a Catholic priest can save the day. Mm-hmm. You walk in there, and this is as real as anything I've seen in a movie, without telling. Because if they explain it to me, I can go, "Oh, that doesn't make sense," because he paid his taxes. Whatever happens in this thing, it gets to you. I mean, I remember going home and just like going, "I don't." It's those people were suffering. So
yeah. It hurts. It hurts. I would say there is definitely some like physical trauma happening. The scene in particular where Ollie tries to eat a knife, and
beautiful misdirect. That is a classic. Yeah, the guys that made this have like done their homework as far as what the audience thinks they see. Mm-hmm. The foster mom takes Piper off to like a gym day, like an activity thing.
Yeah,
extracurricular activity. So you have Andy, and then you have Ollie locked in the house in his room just so he can keep being hungry. You know, the good boy Andy's like, "Hey, let's come out and eat," and he's gonna give him a melon, not a grapefruit. I thought that would be fun, like a musk. He's just cutting into a muskmelon, cantaloupe.
Yeah.
I should know better. I'm a vegan. And he's sitting there and he cuts off a piece and he's going, "Okay, Ollie, you got to talk to me," because then he's trying to write a note. And then Ollie just takes the whole knife with the thing on it, and then Andy, like this, that's a little bit weird, but he was just handing it to him.
Yeah.
Well, they get a plate, turns back, and he's just digging into his mouth with the knife, trying to eat.
I'm like his teeth are just gone.
He's cutting into his gum.
Oh,
and he's freaking out, and it's one of those things where, like, again, in real life, I have never, nor will I ever, give a kid a knife in the mouth and then let him chew on a blade. But I have babysat, and I have like watched a kid fall down and skin his knee, or get a boo boo, or been like, "Oh, I messed up," and it brought it back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like there is the physical trauma aspect to this movie where it's like, oh, I'm physically in pain watching this, but far worse is the reactions of these like characters, because it's like, oh my god, like what would I do in this situation? And usually they're making, like, in any other scenario, the right choice, you know, like bringing the kid to the hospital. But this, you know,
he grabs the kid and goes outside to take him to the hospital. He's old enough, he has a license. And then he hits the circle, the ring, and the kid can't go through. He starts vomiting up, blood. And then the foster mom comes home and like, "What do you do?" And just screaming at him. And it's just like, I felt that, like, I mean, again, I've been babysat. I was babysitter. And then the kid, he puked. Kids puke.
Sure.
And I was just digging the vomit out of the carpet, and like, oh, what do I do now? Do I go to the emergency room? No, he had too many hot dogs.
Sure.
And then so he gaffed it up. But in my mind, I felt what Andy was going through.
Yeah.
And you feel so bad for him because he's doing nothing. He's trying his absolute best, but you don't believe the adult. And there's a beautiful scene. Horror movies, and this is much more of like a This is what A24 does. They take it to the next level. But the horror movie trope of like, oh, no one believes a kid. No one believes Michael Myers is in the house. No one believes that Jason's back. Freddy's it isn't real. No one believes him. This time the kid makes his way to his foster. It'd be like his caseworker, a lady named Wendy, who's been in the beginning, and she's like,
I love Wendy.
She has like blue makeup on, and it's just played off as she's just a social worker doing her job, trying to retire. And we find out from this scene that Psycho Laura, the foster mom, used to work with her, so she was also there, which is you find out later on where she found those tapes for the social worker, because she was doing like, oh, this is a bad case. What's so bad? Here's the videotape of the evidence. Oh, yeah.
I missed that.
Again, wife tells me what's smarter than this. But then when you meet Wendy and Andy goes and tells her what's going on, and she has that look of like, listen, kid, I don't believe you, because it's my part in not only in life but in the movie. But she, by the law, has to go with her. And then she looks around, and then she's like, oh, kid's right. Let's go.
Right, yep.
And then what happens there, and then from there on out, it is just white. The definition of white knuckles of like, and I'd seen it before. I'm sitting there holding my hand like this. My ring was hurting my hand.
Yeah. I like Wendy a lot. My family used to foster kids. So there's a lot in this movie that was like weirdly relatable for me. A lot of it I won't get into because I don't want to bring the tone down. But anyways, yeah, I really liked Wendy, and the moment that she agrees to he's like, all right, let's go find out. I'm like, oh no, Wendy's not long for this world.
Well, and I was thinking she's gonna walk in and get fooled by her, and then there's this thing where like she sees the one thing, and then I love it because she doesn't confront the foster mom.
Yeah,
she sees one detail, and the foster mom looks at her, and it's all on Sally Hawkins, where she goes, oh, I'm found out. And we don't know if she could have, like, another movie they would have talked it over. They would have tried to fool her more. She just goes, I have a way to get my daughter back. I can get Kathy back.
Yep. Yeah.
And then right then Wendy realizes, oh, she's nuts. And just goes, and then they're like, oh, run. And then and it's one of those things where, again, I've seen a couple movies in my life. I know that they're not going to just drive away and be over.
Yeah.
It's like when we watched both versions of Speak No Evil. Just go. And here we go. But this is the case where if they had just gotten in the car and taken off, and it was a very short movie, I would have been happy. I would have just been, oh, good, okay, yeah, it's only an hour 10, but I'm gonna live longer now, having them get it. But no, it just goes. No, the thing here is from Talk to Me, which I really enjoyed, and then when I was looking up because I was so impressed by it, when I looked up the filmmakers, the Danny and Michael guys. And I saw these interviews, like, oh, this must be the same name because these two lunkheads can't be the guys that made this movie. This very soft, this very, very deliberate, intentional. Like we're on the hands of a filmmaker who's like a craftsman.
Yeah,
but they're known for.
So they have a bit of a history as the most. I don't even know really how to describe it's just very loud and a lot of energy.
High energy. If Red Bull could be sentient.
Yeah. It's and honest, people probably have seen clips. Maybe didn't know that it was this guy. But have you ever seen a clip of somebody with a thick Australian accent dressed up as Ronald McDonald and just like screaming? Or like beating things up, or
just and it's funny. The little shorts, like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, some are 3, super frenetic, kinetic, manic.
Great jokes. Like
and they're really funny, but which is funny because Talk to Me is not funny.
Yeah,
there's comic relief.
Sure,
but their intent there is to make you laugh into like there's stunt videos almost. Right?
Yeah.
But Ron down with a chainsaw is a visual that I needed in my life. No, and I thought, oh, these are the wrong guys, and then I did like the 5-minute research. Oh, it is the same guys, and I watched interviews with them. The one of them started off as being like a PA on the Babadook. They've been working around trying to be in film this whole time while doing, they try and get a legitimate job. Legitimate mean paid.
Sure.
Is it Brick-a-Brack?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's like Brick-Brack or something like that.
It's like Rocka
Bracka.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
And I don't know. And again, I'm 51. And YouTube's all new to me. And I had a hard time.
Yeah, Raka Raka.
Rocket was probably giving away like the absolute worst kind of adult sites. But I was like, I couldn't get those two to gel
Oh,
in my
jeez, hold
head.
on. Sorry.
Yeah.
I accidentally.
Keep it straight. Keep
Oh,
it coming.
jeez. I accidentally opened up the Raka Raka YouTube channel and started playing a video. Okay, anyway, sorry. What were you saying? Start that up.
It's entertaining stuff. It's good stuff. No, but I couldn't gel the two things. I couldn't get it into my head to make sense of how these guys made this and then did Talk to Me.
Yeah.
So then, like, just it was kind of like a little like a rabbit hole. I couldn't understand how they were doing it, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just they had the right DP because like, a director of photography can like kind of steer a movie. Maybe it's edited a certain kind of way. And then I went into it and go, no, I'm just an idiot, and I'm just looking at it like an elitist snob. These guys just know their stuff, and they bring in the right people. They like the lady from Talk to Me. They have an eye for talent. She helped co-write the movie to her strengths, and she's incredible at that. And then right here, there's an interview with them when they got Sally Hawkins to say yes, and they both just you want to see pure glee. If you want to see the little 9-year-old who just got his first puppy, you watch these two the twins when they're telling the story about how they got Sally Hawkins to like come on and direct her and stuff. It's just joy, Oh, I can't wait to see what these guys do next.
I don't know if I conjured the memory or if I did actually see it, but I believe there's a video of them finding out that A24 was distributing.
To Talk to Me.
Yeah.
Talk to Me, right? Yeah.
And that was I can't remember if I actually saw a video of it or if I just read about it, but yeah, they're just very wholesome guys, and it's it is crazy. It's because their content they made on YouTube is so just not even in the same realm as like the craftsmanship. Not even to put their YouTube stuff down, because obviously the point of those videos are very different, and I think that they nail what they're going for with those videos as well. They're just going for something very different.
Well, and then I think I dismissed them again. I apologize, and I'm a jerk. I dismissed it as being like skater videos, like just kids in the backyard take the camera and then they have enough money. Because in my mind, they have money to buy the props. No, they're saving up whatever Australian pennies are. They had the camera and throw it against the wall and then hope the tape still works. It was just. I felt like I was. I don't want to say. I learned something. And like I learned my lesson. Like it was one of those things where I got called out for being a snob, and I'm sitting there just loving these movies. I'm going, I'm such a jerk. I almost like if you walk on the sidewalk, you hit the street, then a car flies by. I'm being very dramatic. If I had seen their YouTube stuff first, I would have dismissed. I wouldn't have seen Talk to Me. I wouldn't have seen it. I would have thought, not
for me.
And I would have been a jerk, and I would have been a lesser for it, because these guys, when they want to make something, you said it a second ago. If their intent is to make the YouTube stuff, they do it perfectly. I remember the one stunt when they're on a bike, and I'm just like, after I've realized to get my head out of my patoot. But in this stuff, there's, I mean, a film being 2 hours long, right? Every second means something. It costs actual money to shoot it, but also you can't have every scene. You can't be precious, and every scene lasts 10 minutes. But some of those long shots, there's studio guys. A24 is different. But there's like money people saying, you just had like a 3-minute shot and you didn't move it. You want to do some cuts, but and it's not, and they're not relying on long shots. It's just they have old souls. I'm saying, this movie is so. You're in the hands of someone who knows. These two guys know what they're doing, and it's really exciting because there's not in an age of like I'm not trying to be again elitist. I'm trying to bring it into my little hell. In an age where everything's CGI and we have a bunch of Marvel movies, and I enjoyed FF and I know Superman. These guys have me excited. Like what are they going to do next? Because they have two. I think are just home runs.
Yeah, and the next one I think is a direct sequel to.
I think it is like Talk to Me some more or whatever it's going to be.
Also Talk to Me, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
It better not be Talk to Me. That'd be terrible.
And then the hand will be holding up the number 2.
It was so good. This is one that I recommend. I know it's coming out. This is if you're a fan of the A24 stuff for the most part, but if you need something along the lines I see behind you, Midsummer, Hereditary, a lot of European stuff, but like Sweet No Evil, where you want to have that it's not a sit down and like laugh and have Cheetos. It's like if it's something that's really disturbing and it's an experience. This is something I really would recommend.
Yeah. And not to say that it's joyless in any capacity, because there is a lot of levity in there and very, very wholesome, sweet stuff. I don't want to ruin the. It might even be the final shot. Well, I guess I can say
the final shot's well, not the final, but the second to final. Yeah.
Yeah. Where she's looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet movie. A lot of very sweet sibling stuff. And
you mentioned it's a sibling movie, and it's not sibling rivalry. It's sibling love. Yeah.
No. Yeah. And there's a bit of a tangent. Did you ever see Psycho Gorman?
Oh yeah. You recommended it to me like 2 years ago. Same. Oh yeah. That's like the comedy version of this. Oh, that is a good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good antidote to watch after this. If you get done, you've hit stop, and you're like, oh well, I should just go play in traffic. But no, I'm gonna watch Psycho Gorman now, and then oh yeah, that's a good
another sibling movie. But I was gonna say that those siblings in Psycho Gorman tend to annoy me sometimes because they're so just like what's the word, like not generic, but with something cliche. They're like the cliche siblings where it's like they're constantly bickering and stuff like this. This is not that at all. I mean, there is like some bickering, but it's like the most realistic. Like, and it never feels like anyone's being like everything they say to each other is out of love. And
like I would believe that these two guys, the brother sister, either ad-lib those lines or I mean, there's never a point where I think, oh, well, he has to love her because he has to. No. And she has to say this because she has to. Because there's times when they're being together and it's genuine. And there's times when they are showing off for the foster mom and it's different. Yeah. So it's like there is such a layered, it's so okay. So yeah.
It really is. You really get the sense of like, oh, these two kids would do anything for each other and are doing everything they can
and forgive each other. They find out bad things and bad histories, and then they still forgive. And then they still forgive each other. There's one moment where there's always when someone's set up and they walk in, and I'll just make a generic one. They walk in, there's a body, and they pick up the knife, and then they know they didn't do it because they walk in and find, this is not in the movie, by the way. Yep. They pick up a knife, and then someone walks in and they go freeze, and they go, yeah, what happened here? There's a knife. Like, oh no, me. You blame me. Something like that happens. We've already discussed it. It's the punch to the face.
Yep.
So Andy comes out the next day and he's like, "What happened? Whoa, Piper, what's wrong? Who did this to you? Your eyes all bruised." And then he starts listing everyone else in the room because he knows he didn't do it.
Right.
And she goes, "You did it." And he goes, "I didn't do it. Who did this?" Like he doesn't let go of the fact that he knows he didn't punch her. He wouldn't punch his sister. And then you watch in this, and again, it's the actress playing. Piper, this is her first thing because she's not an actress, and her mom found a.
Is she actually blind as well?
Yeah, she is. That's
okay, I figured.
The name for it, yeah. And that's the beauty of it because I mean she brings such realism because and it's not a standard son of a woman blind acting kind of thing. No, she's actually it's the same whatever the thing she has in the character is that she can't focus her eyes.
Yeah. I also like don't they address that like she just doesn't do the stick thing because she doesn't want people to treat her differently.
Yeah, and I'm like it's like the people describe things to her and she's like, oh yeah, they loved you, and then she's like, no, they didn't.
Oh yeah, that bullying scene is so heartbreaking. But it happens so early in the movie before anything bad happens that it's like
that's how you introduced her. That these bullies pop up and she's kind of like going, I can't see you, but I'm flipping you off with my eyes.
Yeah.
Then after the punch thing, and this I think it's so amazing. And I got her name right here. Sora Wong, like her mom saw an ad for a visually impaired actress. Here's the age. Oh, yes, my daughter brings her in. They probably do like a rewrite to make everything just right for this actress, which is totally worth it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then then the foster mom has said he did this to you, and there's no one else. And this is why that she was wearing the Axe body spray, dead self-deprecation. And then Andy's like, I didn't do this. Okay, and then but now you can see that Piper believes that Andy did hit her. Because she did it again. And then you watch her as she's like, oh, he did hit me. I heard all the facts. And then she still wants to forgive him because like she's going, there must have been a reason. And it's just like that's something that you don't see because in a lesser movie it would be she'd be mad at her. She'd go off and she would go dress like the foster mom, and she'd become like a
Yeah.
part of the cult. Yeah.
Actually, almost the exact thing happens that you're describing, the bad version of, or like a worse version of this, in The Invisible Man, which I talked about.
Oh yeah.
A few weeks ago, where the Invisible Man, there's two people sitting in a room across from each other. The Invisible Man punches one of them, and she's just like fully convinced that the other girl punched her for no reason, and it like just turns into this giant like blow up scene that it's like lacks all the subtlety that this scene has.
That's a horror movie thriller. Whereas this, I don't even know what you would call it. I don't like the phrase elevated horror.
Yeah.
I think it's like I get mad at myself for my little stuck up things. It's just there's not a name for it. It is just like a drama that happens to have a demon possession.
Yeah, it's like a character.
A character study would probably be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like social horror. We're discussing for that.
Yeah.
Like the dynamic of this, it's not. There are some jump scares, just there to keep you awake, and like there is humor in it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But the humor's there just to like take the pressure away, so you fall for the next thing.
Well, and it's also, I think the humor is also super necessary to make you like these characters, so that when they do go through the trials and things, it's like you're really, really right there with them, because it's like, man, I do not want to see anything bad happen to this girl.
Yeah. I after we watched it last night, and so like this morning getting ready, doing the whole waking up and the slap to the face, I was watching some interviews, and I realized I normally don't watch interviews. I'll do like podcasts. I got too much stuff going on. I think I was watching all the interviews with the cast this morning, because then I get to see their faces and they're happy. They're just no one has
okay.
No one has their teeth ripped out of their head. There's no one is past tense and hit by a Volvo. And I'm like, after going, oh yeah, I was doing this to feel better. It wasn't. It's such a.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you pick this one again.
Yeah. Another movie I was comparing this to a lot in my head while I was watching it was Hereditary. Mm-hmm. Because Hereditary has similar moments, I would say, where it's just like it just presents you with this like punch to the face, and then it just lets you you just gotta kind of digest it yourself. The movie just kind of gives it to you, like when spoiler alert for Hereditary, when Toni Collette's character wakes up and finds the girl dead in her car, and it's just that shot of Alex Wolff in bed, wide awake, his eyes are open, and you just see you and him are both just waiting for the bomb to go off.
Yeah.
You hear Tony getting up out of bed and getting ready for work or whatever, and goes out to the car, then the screaming and everything. And there's moments like that in this movie, but I never felt as like I don't know what the word is, but it's like I felt almost disconnected from the plot of Hereditary through a lot of it, because and not that the characters are unlikable, but in this movie in particular, it's hard I'm trying to talk this movie up without putting another movie down that I'm comparing it to. But when this movie, when those things happen, it feels so much more almost like personal in a weird way. It's like, man, I'm experiencing this, like like what you said with the kid when he chews on the knife and stuff, and it's like, if I'm a 17-year-old kid that was in charge of taking care of this child, and now their mouth is busted open with a knife and blood everywhere, it's like, and at me watching that, I'm like, it just feels so like personal almost in a weird way.
Well, I mean, Hereditary, which, I mean, the Hereditary, it dared you. It's the most terrifying movie ever made. So you kind of go in expecting it to be really scary.
Yeah.
But it was always a movie to me. I mean, in the shot, the literally the shot after you're talking about when Colette's screaming and the kid's upstairs basically just hiding from the world.
Yeah.
And they cut to that big middle finger to your face when they did the close up of the head on the side of the road. Again, spoiler alert for a movie that you should have seen by now.
Yeah.
That to me was such an amazing shot. But I remember thinking, even when I watched the first time, oh, this is an amazing shot.
Yeah.
This is a ballsy shot.
You know what my
But
thought was when I saw that shot? That was the only time I've ever. So I watched Hereditary in theaters, and when it cut to that shot of the head on the side of the road, I remember I was with my wife and leaned over to her. I was like, "Do you want to like leave?" Like I was like, "I'm having such a bad time," and I loved that movie. But it was like. I feel like I'm just getting punched in the face. Like what?
That shot is a punch to the face. But I remember thinking, did you guys leave?
No, we did not. We
so Becky stood up and says, "Be a man, sit down."
Essentially.
Yeah, basically. I remember thinking, as good as that build up was, and I love that cast, and I'm a big Gabriel Byrne fan. When there's the head sitting there, and I felt bad because I'm not going to see the girl anymore because she was really owning the movie.
Yeah,
I remember I was thrown out of it because it's a movie scene, and I remember thinking I've never seen the honesty of the realism of having a head on the side of the road still, because that's what would happened, but covered by ants.
Yep.
Made it so real, is logically like, oh, I've never seen that before. I remember sitting there going, oh yeah, that would happen. And I'm out of the movie. It's like, oh, I'm thinking about how there's ants on it. And it reminded me it's a movie, and he gets home. And I remember thinking the movie should be over now. That's a car accident. He should probably be in jail. You know, it's all the problems he would have. That's an accident. But for me, that shock in the middle of it's kind of like the shock in the beginning of Scanners, where it's like, oh, you never get back to that shock again. Even right now, I'm having a hard time. Remember Hereditary after that, which I really did enjoyed. There's nothing in either of these two movies of the Talk to Me or Bring Her Back that reminds me it's a movie.
Okay.
You know, and again, also Toni Collette being a national treasure. And Gabriel Byrne and then Wolf, they're recognizable actors.
Yeah.
So that's in here. Even though I know Sally Hawkins' work, she's totally hidden in the character. You know, the stringy hair, her voice is different. Everything is done a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
Her accent that she's picked out. You're never reminded. You never think this is a movie.
Right.
This is happening in real life, and this is just because in a movie they're gonna get out at the end. You don't put a knife in a kid's mouth in a movie. That's sadly that's real life.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought up the cast as well, being because I remember that was a big thought I had with Talk to Me, was like, oh, it's kind of, I don't know, like I love that I don't know any of these actors, and usually when you're going into a movie with an all new cast, like a cast of actors you never heard of, there's usually going to be some like kind of less talented actors.
Yeah, there's a curve. There's a curve when you yeah.
But
because everything else, you sell a movie by the cast. The reason you get a Speak No Evil American remake is because you get McAvoy, then he signs on to it, and then you get the money put up, and you go, yeah, that's how movies work. The business works. Right. This is a pretty big movie, and they didn't sell it on. I mean, I'm sure they probably, having Sally Hawkins in it helped, but that's because it's A24. But they're trying to get like a Blumhouse thing. They would have had to put in McAvoy as the foster mom. You know,
I'd watch that.
He'd be good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen him in Split.
That's right.
He could be one of his personalities.
It's actually the sequel. That's a prequel to Bring Her Back.
It's a twist. Yeah, that'd be crazy because that movie in itself was a surprise sequel to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I meant that. That was all part of my multi-layered joke right there.
Right.
But my theory here is that it's was it South? They're Australian. Yes. They shot it over there. They probably got Australian tax breaks, which doesn't mean anything. But Australian cinema is different. You know, they don't BS that much. I mean, if you go like this, we could probably do a whole B episode on Australian cinema. Things like that I'm not that well versed, but like the Mad Max stuff, but Babadook, these guys, Rogue, what's the Creek one?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like these they just don't.
Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek, thank you. Wolf Creek and sequel. They don't give two poos about making it safe. They don't want to make American movies. They don't do the 4-quadrant thing.
Was Lake Mungo Australia?
Lake Mungo, yeah.
That's a really good one.
For that matter, ones of the Loved Ones and Dangerous Animals. Sean Burns is from Australia.
I'm not familiar
and
with those.
doesn't Loved Ones you've got to see.
Okay.
But these movies they don't want the happy ending because that movies are. I think the philosophy is that movie's been made. We don't want to be Great Britain. That country's been made. We don't want to be America. That's made.
Sure.
So I wonder if it is like they just want to do their own thing because they're way over there as far as what they're doing. They don't need to make. We don't need another Hostel. They
Yeah.
make their own thing, head in the stick,
Yeah.
So the last thing these guys want to do is come over here and get ruined. And although I would love to watch these brothers make, a Batman movie or something
Yeah.
ridiculous and have it be like Robin and Nightwing are just bickering the whole time, and then just I can't even I can't even jokingly decide what they would do with it. So.
I know it's so hard to imagine, but yeah.
Give them Clayface. There we go.
Oh, that'd be fun. We gotta not get into comic books, or we'll go on a whole tangent here. Yeah, I think overall, this is just. To recommend this, it's got to be someone. Because I don't want to do trigger warnings and ruin it. We've already discussed it. Yeah,
it's something that is not. It's a great movie. It's not always pleasant.
Yeah,
and we're not talking like Human Centipede or Serbian Film unpleasant. We're talking like it's not what you're going to see is going to be like you've seen. It's not that gory. There is gore in it, but there's gorier stuff in Hellraiser 3.
Sure.
But I mean, it is these people that are going through this stuff is absolutely comes off as real. I would not put on in the background for a party, and I would only recommend this to people. I would recommend this to people that really liked the Witch, Hereditary, that really want to watch something that makes them think, because you can't watch this passively.
Yeah. It'll get under your skin, but it's not gonna like you're not gonna have nightmares about. You'll have nightmares about social awkward situations more so than anything gory. And then obviously, if you like Talk to Me, you probably have already seen this movie. If you like the vibes of Talk to Me, for me was such like one of those movies where it's just like, oh, I'm like entering a vibe right now, and I'm just gonna hang out in this world for a little bit with the music and the amazing. Moment where it's like the party montage where they're all getting possessed, and there's that crazy remix version of some French song happening in the background, and at one point like the character as a possessed demon person like starts singing along with the lyrics of the music in the background, and it's very stylistic. There's a little bit of that in this movie. They do a little party montage, but it's not as cool. But anyways, if you're into that kind of stuff, then 100% this is you're gonna like this movie.
Yeah, if you're looking for Terrifier, you're not gonna like this.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at something like the Deer Hunter, like a real serious sort of like a drama to it, But I mean, I really do think that this could be a modern day Exorcist. Because there's no one knew, I mean, they knew the main people, but as far as like someone could go into The Exorcist back then and be like, oh, this is disturbing. I bet you people are going to watch this one and be like, oh, I want to make movies. I want to make movies like that. I want to be upsetting and have people walk out of the theater, so good.
100%.
You could give them the Exorcist series they're trying to talk about. Give these guys just have them sell out right now after number 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Give them a franchise. I want to see what they do with it. All right, we're about at 55 minutes here. All
right, we should fly off. We hadn't discussed. Do you want to do something in mind for next week, or you want to do like Australian movies? So
that could be
one
fun.
of those. Okay, because we can just pick through and bring in like 5 Australian movies.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Or there's just 3. So yeah, because this one is very much an imported movie, and not like in a pretentious, we're watching an art film. This is what like a sneak preview what Australia has to offer. People.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll come in with 3. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I might come in. Well, I have a lot of homework probably to do. I probably have to watch a few.
If you just look up a list, you can probably see ones you've seen and have an example. Because I mean, Mad Max and then like Fury Road, Furiosa is on there. So,
yeah. So cool. That's
cool. All right.
That's the plan for next time then.
All right, guys. After you, since you're polite.
Yeah. Hello. All right. This is thank you for watching and joining us and all that. The Devil Made Me View It podcast. Once again, we have our socials up and running now. Along with our email, it's TDMMVI pod on. I was like, I know there's another part to it. Yeah. On pretty much everywhere, and then our email is TDMMVI pod at gmail.com. So if you want to email us in with anything at all, well, okay, not anything at all. You know the limitations.
Yeah.
But yeah, until next time, I'm Jesse Spitzer.
All right, I'm Jerry Lees.
And this was Devil Maybe View It. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. Thanks, guys.